Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel, and I am back with another UiPath interview practical question that was asked to me by an interviewer during my interview. Let's go to the question. So the question was, I need to ask the user to input a string. So the string could be his or her name or anything, any string. Then once the user inputted that string, I need to count the occurrences of each character in that inputted string. So for example, you can see here the output format should be like the input string that was entered by the user is Shivam. Then the output should be like this: occurrence of S1, then occurrence of H is also 1, then I, and so on. So this should be the output. So I have created a piece of code. If I show you by running it. So first a dialog box is appeared, and suppose user entered Shivam. So if I show you the output, you can see here occurrence of S1, then occurrence of H1, then occurrence of I1, and so on, occurrence of. So this should be the output that was demanded by the interviewer. So for this, first of all, I have used an input dialog box. So input dialog box is nothing, but you can see here in the pop-up that it displays a dialog box that prompts the user with a label message and an input field. So I use this to ask the user to input some string. So once the user input the string uh, through this dialog box, what I did is and save that value in str string. So this is nothing but an input string that was entered by the user. So once that value that was entered by the user is saved in this str string, I just simply stored each distinct character in this variable. So this variable that I've created is having like this a system of array of characters, array of characters. So how I identified distinct characters and save this in this array of characters. So if I show you, so I used a distinct function to identify distinct characters and stored it in the array, char array. And str string is nothing but that input string entered by the user. So once I got distinct characters in this array of array of character, then I simply used a for each loop to iterate through each character, distinct character one by one, and uses the matches this regular expression. So in the input field, I simply pass that complete input string entered by the user. Then pattern is nothing but the each character one by one, each distinct character one by one. That is nothing but item. So item is this for each item in str distinct. Then I save the result. The result is the collection of found matches. Suppose there is some other name and the characters occurs two times, so the output is the collection of that found matches. Then I simply use a log message that you all know, and here I use the string.format method and pass two arguments 0 and 1. In the 0th argument, I simply pass the item. So item is nothing but each character one by one. Like for in Shivam it is S, then H, then I, then string. Then I simply use a string.join and result.count. So suppose here I use the count method. So result is having the collection of count matches. Then I simply use the count method to count how many like collection it is current having. So this is the piece of code, and if I run it once again and show you with another string, suppose and here if I write another name, suppose Prerna, and if I show you here the output. So here you can see occurrence of P is equal to 1, occurrence of R 2 times. So in Prerna there are two R's. and occurrence of E is also one, occurrence of N is also one, and occurrence of, and so on. So this was one of the question that was like asked to me by an interviewer. So I will be back with more questions, more set of series, mostly practical questions that was asked to me. So I will come back with more questions. So for that, please do like and subscribe to my channel and support me as well. Thank you. We'll meet soon.